Hello Ami, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for supporting my story. I need your support to grow more in this field. Please subscribe and support my YouTube channel. Also comment down my mistakes and alterations you would like me to do in the upcoming episodes. Disclaimer: this story has nothing to do with the real life of the members. The story is completely from my imagination. The images are taken from Pinterest and Google. In the last episode, we saw Tay faint and wake up in Yoongi's cabin. He was really scared of getting an injection and wanted to run away. His heart thumped in his chest like a trapped bird trying to escape a cage. He moved very quietly and quickly, trying to be silent. He hoped no one would see him leave the room. He was so focused on escaping that he completely forgot about the IV line that was still in his arm. His only thought was to get in the washroom, to be free from the scary injections that he knew would hurt him. As he took a quick, hurried step toward the washroom door, the IV line pulled out of his wrist with a sharp, sudden tug. He felt a stinging pain, then a warmth spreading on his skin. "OWW!" Tay yelled, a cry of pain that echoed loudly in the quiet cabin room. The five brothers, who had been talking in another part of the cabin, instantly looked up when they heard him. Their serious conversation about what to do next for Tay stopped immediately. Their eyes grew wide with worry as they saw Tay. He looked very pale, clutching his arm where the IV had been. A small spot of blood was already forming. The tall ivy pole, which had been standing steadily, now wobbled violently next to him, about to fall over with a loud clang. "Tay!" Jin said, his voice filled with deep worry and alarm. He quickly ran towards Tay. "What happened? Are you okay? Did you hurt yourself?" Yoongi, who was already closer to Tay, saw a dark red drop of blood starting to form and drip slowly from Tay's wrist onto the clean white sheet. His eyes narrowed with a mix of frustration and concern. "Oh my God! What have you done?" Yoongi exclaimed, his voice sharp with anger and shock. He rushed over to Tay, grabbing his arm gently but firmly to examine the wound. "You were supposed to be resting. What were you thinking?" "I just wanted to go to the washroom," Tay mumbled, his voice small and weak, almost a whisper. He tried to hide his injured arm behind his back, looking away from Yoongi's intense gaze. Yoongi, who knew Tay's fear of needles very well, saw the panic in Tay's eyes and understood exactly what Tay had been trying to do. He stepped forward and gently but firmly slapped Tay on the cheek. It wasn't a hard slap, but it was enough to make Tay look at him, tears welling up in his eyes. "You've caused so much trouble for yourself and for us, and you still have the nerve to lie again," Yoongi said, his voice stern and filled with disappointment. "Do you have any idea how much you scared us? We thought something really bad had happened." "Yoongi, why did you slap him?" Jin asked, surprised and a little upset by Yoongi's action. He quickly moved to Tay's side. "He's already hurt. He was trying to escape from the injection and now he's hurt himself," Yoongi explained, his voice still tense and full of concern, gesturing to Tay's bleeding wrist. "The needle might have broken inside his wrist, Hyung. This is just a small cut. but it could have been serious. Jin looked at Tae, his expression serious and caring. He took Tae's hand gently, inspecting the small wound. Tae, is it true that you were trying to escape from the injection? He asked softly, trying to get the truth from his younger brother. Tae looked down at the floor, his head bowed, unable to meet their eyes. Tears welled up in his eyes, making his vision blurry. I heard you all saying I needed to take XX injection, he admitted, his voice barely audible. I know very well that it will hurt a lot. It always hurts, Hyung. It's so painful. But Hyung, I didn't do it on purpose. I swear. Because of my fear, I completely forgot about my IV. It was like my mind just went blank, and all I could think about was getting away from that needle. It's okay to be scared, dear, Jin said softly, stepping closer and putting a comforting hand on Tae's shoulder. He gently squeezed it. Everyone gets scared sometimes. It's a normal feeling. But this is for your health, right? We want you to get better. And these injections will help you heal. But I don't want it. Please Hyung Ai. Tae pleaded, looking up with big, teary eyes at Jin, then at the other brothers, Jun, Jimin, and Hobi, hoping one of them would agree with him. His lower lip trembled, and a fresh wave of tears started to fall. Please don't make me take it. I really don't want to. Just then, the nurse came back into the room. She had a metal trolley, and on it was the injection, already prepared in a syringe. She looked calm and professional, completely unaware of the emotional storm in the room. Dr. Kim, here is the medicine you asked for, the nurse said, her voice even. It's all ready. Oh, okay, Yoongi replied, his eyes still fixed on Tae, making sure he wouldn't try to run again. You can leave now. And did you ask about the test report for Tae? Yes, sir. I just checked at the lab, the nurse answered. It will be ready in about 15 minutes. I will bring it then as soon as it's printed out. Oh, okay. Thank you, Yoongi said, nodding his head. The nurse nodded back, gave a small smile, and quietly left the room, closing the door softly behind her. Yoongi took the injection from the tray on the trolley. He walked towards Tae, the syringe looking very big and intimidating in his hand, even though it was just a small needle. Meanwhile, Hobi, with his usual gentle touch, was carefully cleaning the small cut on Tae's wrist with an alcohol wipe. He then carefully put a small, clean bandage on it, making sure it was secure. No, Hyung, please. Tae begged again, his voice cracking. He looked at Yoongi with a desperate, pleading look, his eyes wide with fear. His body tensed up, ready to bolt. Please don't do it. It's going to hurt so much. Taehyung, I don't want any more fuss, Yoongi said, his voice firm but also a little tired. He knew this was difficult for Tae, but it had to be done. Just take this silently. It will be over quickly, I promise. The more you fight, the longer it takes. Please. Tae pleaded again, looking at the other brothers with a silent plea for help, his eyes begging them to intervene. Someone. Please. Jin sighed, his heart aching for Tae, but he knew Yoongi was right. Tae, please take it, My dear. It's just a little pinch. And you'll be alright after that. We promise. It's for your own good, remember. He won't listen like this. Yoongi sighed, clearly frustrated by Tae's continued resistance. He knew Tae's stubbornness when he was scared. He then carefully but firmly turned Tae around so his back was facing him, making it harder for Tae to struggle or see the needle. June, come and hold him tight, Yoongi instructed. Just keep him still so he doesn't hurt himself more. Okay, Hyung, June replied, moving quickly to Tae's side. He put his arms gently but securely around Tae, holding him firmly so he couldn't move too much, but not so tight that he caused pain. Yoongi pulled down his pants and injected the syringe quickly, a bit aggressively, because he was still angry about Tae's reckless actions and the scare he had given them. He pushed the plunger down, and the clear liquid began to flow into Tae's body. Hyung-ae. It's hurting a lot. Please slow down. Tae cried out in pain, his body tensing up. He wiggled in June's arms, trying to pull away, but June held him steady. But Yoongi, focused on getting the medicine in quickly and efficiently, didn't slow down at first. He continued pushing the plunger. Yoongi, slow down, you are hurting him. Jin said, his voice sharper this time, seeing Tae's distress and how much pain he was in. Be careful, Yoongi. Yoongi then slowed down a little, hearing Jin's concern. He finished pushing the last of the medicine. Soon, he was done with the injection. He pulled the needle out swiftly and placed it back on the tray. Now sit properly, Yoongi commanded, his voice still firm, though a little softer now. I have to connect the IV again so you can get the fluids and more medicine you need. Tae was still crying silently, his face buried in the pillow that lay on the bed. His shoulders shook with small sobs, and his body trembled. Baby, come on, it won't hurt that much to put the IV back, Hobie said, trying to comfort him, gently rubbing his back. Just a little prick, and then it's done. You'll feel better soon. Tae shook his head, still in the same position, refusing to look up. No, no, he mumbled into the pillow. June gently picked Tae up from the bed and flipped him around so he was sitting upright, facing them. Tae's face was tear-streaked and red. I won't take it, Tae mumbled stubbornly, wiping his eyes with the back of his hand. He folded his arms across his chest. Like we asked for your permission, Yoongi said, a hint of sarcasm and anger in his voice, but also a hidden layer of worry for Tae's health. Saying this, he took Tae's other hand, the one that wasn't hurt, and carefully prepared the spot. He was more gentle this time, making sure to do it correctly and as painlessly as possible. He inserted the needle. Tae cried again as the needle went in, a sharp intake of breath. I hate you, Hyung. I really hate you right now. You're so mean. Just then, the nurse came back into the room with Tae's reports in her hand. So, Yoongi simply ignored what Tae had said, his focus now shifting to the papers and Tae's health. Yoongi took the reports from the nurse and quickly looked at them, his brow furrowed in concentration. He read through the details, his expression serious. What does it say, Yoongi? Jin asked. eager for news about Tae's condition, hoping it wasn't too bad. His vitamins and blood count are a little low, Yoongi explained, reading through the numbers. That's why he's been feeling so weak and tired, fainting like that. It's all because of the skipping of meals. So, what should we do for treatment? Jin asked, already thinking ahead. Is it tablets or injections? What's the best way to get him better as quickly as possible? We should go with injections for the next 3 days, Yoongi decided, after thinking for a moment, weighing the options. It's the quickest and most effective way to get his levels up to where they should be. After that, we can continue with tablets until it gets back to normal. We'll need to monitor him closely during this time, so he'll have to stay here at the hospital. Oh, okay, Jin said, nodding, understanding the seriousness of the situation. So he'll definitely need to stay here. We'll all stay with him. Tae was completely silent when he heard this, his eyes wide as he processed the news. 3 more days of injections. His face went even paler. He gulped. A fresh wave of fear washing over him, making his stomach clench. Yoongi gave Tae a stern look, a silent message about following directions and not trying to escape again. I will handle you after you recover, Taehyung, Yoongi warned, his voice low but clear. There will be no more of this running away and skipping meals. Jin stepped forward to lighten the mood, sensing the heavy tension in the room. Okay, so who is going to pick up Kook? His extra class might be over soon, and he'll be wondering where we are. Yes, Hyung, I will go, Hobie offered immediately. I'll go get him now and bring him straight here. Okay then. Leave fast and bring him here, Jin instructed. It's better for all of us to be together, especially now. And Kook will definitely want to see Tae. Okay, Hyung, Hobie said, and he left quickly, grabbing the car keys. Let's shift him to a proper hospital room, Jin suggested. I think we should all stay in the hospital for his injections and recovery. It'll be more convenient as we have to do our duty too. I will go and check for a room, Hyung, Jimin volunteered, already heading for the door. I'll find the one for us, with enough space. Okay, Jimin. Let us know when you find, Jin replied, nodding. Meanwhile, Hobie arrived at the college to pick up Kook. He saw Kook walking out of the building, backpack slung over his shoulder, looking a bit tired from his extra class, but otherwise normal. Kook's face lit up with a bright smile when he saw Hobie's car pull up. Hyung, I'm here. Kook said. Come on, get in, Kook, Hobie said with a warm smile. And Kook jumped into co-driver's seat and buckled up. Then Hobie started the car, steering it towards the hospital. Hyung, are we not going home? Kook asked, sounding confused as Hobie took a different turn than usual. His eyebrows furrowed. Did you forget something? No, Cookie. We're going to the hospital, Hobie explained gently, glancing at Kook's worried face. He saw Kook's smile disappear. Kook's eyes widened, and he got scared when he heard the word hospital. His mind immediately jumped to the worst possible scenarios. Why Hyung? I'm perfectly fit and fine. Hey, relax, relax, Hobie said, trying to reassure him, seeing the panic in Cook's eyes. He slowed down a bit. It's not for any checkup for you, Cookie. It's that, well, Tay fainted earlier and Hobie then explained the whole situation gently but clearly, telling Cook about Tay's collapse, the IV line pulling out, and what had happened in Yoongi's cabin also. He also mentioned that Tay's vitamins were low and he needed injections to get better. Cook's eyes started to fill with tears as he listened. A wave of overwhelming guilt washed over him, a heavy weight on his chest. It's all because of me, he whispered, his voice shaky and full of regret. If I hadn't been so angry, if I had just forgiven him sooner, he wouldn't be in the hospital now, Hyung. It's my fault. No. No. Cookie, Hobie said, reaching over to gently pat his arm, his voice full of comfort and warmth. Don't ever think that, my dear. That's not true. You were also right in your own way. They made a mistake, and you were hurt. It's not your fault he's in the hospital. He skipped meals because we all were ignoring him. In that case, we all are at blame. Don't blame yourself for this. Cook sniffled, still crying softly, but Hobie's words helped a little, easing some of the heavy guilt. All his fear and anger towards Tay melted away, replaced by a deep sadness and overwhelming concern for his Hyung. He just wanted to see Tay and tell him he wasn't angry anymore, that he loved him. Soon, they arrived at the hospital. Hobie stopped the car in the parking lot and turned off the engine. Tay had already been moved to a private, comfortable hospital room on the third floor. Come on, let's go, Hobie said, unbuckling his seatbelt. He's in room number 307. Jimin went ahead to make sure everything was ready for him, and for us to stay there too. Okay, Hyung, Cook replied, quickly unbuckling and getting out of the car. He felt a desperate need to see Tay, to know he was truly okay, and to apologize. They hurried towards the hospital entrance and took the elevator up to the third floor. As soon as Cook entered the hospital room, he saw Tay lying in the bed, looking small and pale, with the IV line connected to his arm. Tay looked tired and was sleeping. Cook's heart ached at the sight. He didn't even think. He just ran to Tay's bedside, not caring about anything else. Tay, who had been resting, jerked awake from his light sleep when he felt a sudden weight on his chest. He also felt something wet his hospital gown. He blinked, confused, and slowly opened his eyes. It took him a moment to fully wake up and come to reality, and then he realized it was Cook, sobbing silently on his chest, his face buried in Tay's shoulder. Hey, Cookie, Cookie, Tay said softly, his voice still a little sleepy and raspy, but full of tenderness. He gently stroked Cook's hair, feeling the dampness of his tears. Why are you crying, my little one? Are you okay? Cook lifted his head a little, his eyes red and puffy, tears still streaming down his face. His voice trembled as he spoke. I'm so sorry, Hyung-ae. I am the reason that you ended up here. If I hadn't been so mad, if I hadn't held on to my anger and fear, you wouldn't be here. This is all my fault. Tay gently wrapped his arms around Cook, pulling him closer into a warm hug. No, Cook, don't say that, my dear. It's not your fault. I'm sorry that I hurt you so much, that I beat you to an extent that you started getting scared of me. That was wrong. You never deserved that, and I deeply regret it. No, Hyung Ie. No, please don't ask for forgiveness, Cook insisted, shaking his head. You punished me because I did a mistake. I deserved that. It was my fault for making Jin Hyung worried. They held each other for a long moment, the quiet sobs of Cook filling the room. They talked about everything, slowly, carefully, forgiving each other for the pain they had caused, letting go of the anger and hurt. They took their brother's time to heal the old wounds and build their bond again. Eventually, exhausted from the tears and the emotional talk, they both drifted off to sleep, Cook still resting peacefully on Tae's chest. A little later, Jin, Yoongi, June, Jimin, and Hobie came into the room quietly. They saw Tae and Cook sleeping soundly, curled up together, looking like they had been before the big fight. A wave of profound relief and happiness washed over all five brothers. They were so glad that their two youngest had finally made up with each other, and that their family was whole again. The tension that had been hanging over them for days finally lifted. In the last episode, I had already asked you for a suggestion, but no one responded to it. Please comment down that do you like the story with voiceover or without it. To be continued. That's it for today. I hope you all like it. Please subscribe and support me, and also please be free to make suggestions to make my writing better. Thanks to everyone who are supporting me. I'm so grateful that you guys are showing your support towards me. Please comment down your opinion on my story.